Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. It's Finney here from Finney's Homebrew Emporium, picking some hops. Check it out. We're on the roof on a beautiful Canterbury morning. You could possibly, I don't know if you could catch it, there's a rainbow over there somewhere. Oh, there it is, in the middle. So picking hops is normally a bit trickier, but this thing is the dream. This is a berry picker, but watch. Here's my hops. Here we go with the berry picket. How easy is that? Just go around. And all the hops are in there. So it's pretty easy. So today we're doing an ESB with the Southern Cross, and then we'll get to that brew part later. See you in a bit. Alright, so we got most of the hops off the top. I'm just picking a few more, really thin, so people can see what they were like. But so I've ended up with about 300 grams. So we're going to put 100 in at 5 minutes to go, and dump the rest in at the end, and hopefully get some nice fresh aromatics. So, and as you can see, this is 100 grams, so it takes up probably a lot more than your little 100 gram pellet. So there's always the challenge with fresh hop beers, is to try and fit your hops in, so hopefully the grain father can handle it, which is down here at the moment. And if you see in, recirculating nicely, so it's been going about 15 minutes, so you can still see it's a bit cloudy. These are really cool for demonstration purposes because you can just see how cloudy it is at the start, and then it sort of slowly moves through and gets clearer and clearer as you go away. In the grist we've got Maris Otter, some medium crystal, some dark crystal, some light crystal, and that's it. Pretty simple malt base, so we can get hopefully all that hop character coming through and be the star of the show. I've changed my water profile to be 100 parts per million calcium, 120 sulfides and 60 chlorides. Hopefully that accentuates the nice bitterness, but we'll still get a malty backbone going on it. So we'll carry on with the mash, and then probably join us in the boil when we chuck all these lovely fresh hops in. So I've been mashing for an hour now, and as you can see, it's beautifully clear, which is fantastic. So we've got the sparge water, which has gone a little bit hot, so I've got to dilute it down a bit. So we'll bung all that into here and get cracking. Rightio. 100 grams, 10 minutes. The white stuff's neutral, don't worry about it, right? Or the copper fox stuck to the bottom. Do we need to stir them in, do you reckon? Cool. Flame out. Whoa, look at that. You see the colour difference between the ones that have been in for like 10 minutes. It's cool. Rightio. Get the turn this back on. Rightio, so that was our first wet hop beer we've done. So this is going to be a bit of a wet hop special, I guess. So moving on from that, I'm smelling so good right now because I'm having to weigh out these little bad boys, which is all Nelson Sauvin, and oh man, they're just so sticky. I wonder if I can break one open for you. Like, can you get a focus? Check all that lupulin out. Ah, That's so good. So this is for Brewtopia, which is Carl from Allgrain. They've got a wet hop competition, so I was a local pickup point and a competitor as well. So hopefully over the next, well, hopefully tomorrow, I'll be doing a wet hop version of my Kiwi Pale Ale, and then an American Brown, I suppose Kiwi Brown, both with Rob, that you've probably seen on my videos before. We're going to do them in here in the Grainfather, so hopefully it handles a few more wet hops than I put in the ESB that I did. So looking forward to this. It's a real cool competition. I think the guys have done a great job organising it. So here's to wet hop beers. So stay tuned for some more wet hop action and see how many we can shove in a kettle. So the fresh hop beers went really well. Sorry you didn't get as much footage as I'd hoped. It's got so busy, like trying to run the shop and brew 2 beers in one day. But the pale ale is here, sitting in the shop just beside me, and it looks like we may have had a bit of yeast activity happening over the weekend, because it's everywhere. Bloody hell. So it's all down here. See this nice sort of, yeah, take my fingerprint in that. And it's, you know, going all the way down over my lovely sunblocker thingy, and you know, it's on the still next to it, it's on the wall, it's on the floor. That's obviously gone quite well. My wife on the weekend actually made a wine kit up, which is sitting over here, which is quite fun to watch. So I think it's supposed to be slightly open fermentation, because you're not supposed to lid on properly, but watch the top is like just slowly moving. It's like just shimmering on top. But that's on top's all the oak. I think it comes with like an oak sort of thing, but I think the yeast has shoved it to the top, and now it's floating above. So I don't know if it's actually doing anything at the moment, but yeah, oh well. So yeah, the fresh hop beer is going well. I'm just deciding whether to dry hop this one with the leftover solving. It's still in the fridge and still quite nice and damp, so it's possibly still, you know, continuing to keep its character. So the way this has gone, the state of this, I might have to transfer it, because fermentation looks like it's going pretty well. Like if you look, it's quite clear already. I mean, there's still plenty of action going on, but you know, there's fair yeast cake at the bottom. I haven't tried to take a sample because, you know, I've only just come in. But yeah, I'll talk to the other guy who's making it with me. I obviously need to sort out the airlock anyway, but hopefully it's going well. So yeah, the other fresh hop beer went to Rob's house, and it's bubbling away nicely, what I've been told. Although we didn't quite hit our targets, I'm not sure why. It's the first time in the Grainfather I've been out. I mean, we were quite out, it was like 9 points, but it could be channeling, or you know, something that, you know, didn't quite go right in brewing. Maybe I misweighed the grains. It's always a possibility. But I also think the amount of hops we shoved in it, they just soak up so much work, and so maybe, you know, it could have been just a case of that. We may have got more, but slightly less gravity, which would have made sense for that. So yeah, fresh hop beers are all the rage at the moment. I'm looking forward to, I wish I could get it for Brewtopia's comp, but hopefully there's quite a lot of people down in Christchurch that have also done wet hop beers, so maybe we'll be able to get a case swap going and try everyone's different beers. It's a shame we didn't get the Waimea, because it would have been nice to have, you know, the variety, but Nelson's, you know, a great hop, so I don't think anyone's really complaining too much. So yeah, I think it may be worth putting this onto the dry hop. So we'll go from there. Alright, I'll catch you next week. Cheers guys!